Since the beginning of civilization, the world has been full of unknown things. Due to their existence, the balance of mankind's peaceful life has been upset. However, no matter how advanced our technology, no matter how great our scientific breakthroughs, there will always be anomalies that cannot be explained. We don't know where they come from, or what their purpose is. These questions plague mankind and affect our daily lives. It's because of this that we founded the SCP Foundation, an organization dedicated to containing anomalous items, individuals, and phenomena. The SCP Foundation is committed to maintaining the normalcy of the world so that people may live free of fear. While ordinary people live in the sunlight, we must fight anomalies in the shadows. We must prevent them from being exposed to the public, so that people may live in a rational and ordinary world. We secure, we contain, we protect.
Oh, that's what SCP stands for. No pressure. Guess I have no choice but to walk through. Oh, wait, here we go. $914, huh? $11. MIT. All right. You will have access to classified and top secret archives. Please confirm that you are aware of all the confidentiality clauses and agree to swear by and strictly adhere to all SCP Foundation regulations and guidelines. Welcome to the Foundation. Before starting your work, please allow us to introduce to you the software used in Archive Department. Each day, your superior will assign tasks to the mission module. When there's a new task, the button will blink red to remind you. Communication within the site relies primarily on the instant message system, where information is processed using level 2 encryption. Please, I'm assuming it's level 2, or it might be level 11. Please pay attention to blinking red reminders and view them promptly. Training is an effective means of information sharing within the Foundation. New employees must first participate in new employee training before they may begin work. This page shows public information of all sites around the world. You can view the information at any time. This concludes the introduction. We wish you success in your work. There we go. Oh, crap. All right. Suck up. All right.
Jason Carter is a death row inmate. In exchange for clemency, he has agreed to work with the SCP Foundation for 30 days. Upon completion of his work, he will be a free man. Jason Carter is now D503.
the hell? Lord. Alright.
D503 was given no clear instruction of the task to be completed. He must find them out for himself.
Okay. Wahoo! Come on, come on. Where are you? There you are. Alright, so we've got fuel and a tire. Iron pipe. Discarded roadblock. Come on.
This was D503's first day of work.
Okay.
SCP protocol mandates that D503 now undergo a psychological evaluation.
All right. Hmm. All right. So thoughtful.
This was the first day D503 psychological data was collected. You're probably wondering, how can this job earn freedom for a death row inmate? Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Raymond Ham from Site 83. Welcome to today's training conference. Today, I'm going to share with you a little project I've been working on called SCP-7457. The desert you saw just now is SCP-7457. D503 is a volunteer who we invited to help us learn more about this desert. Prior to the Foundation's involvement with SCP-7457, 329 people went missing in this area. As a precaution, we have introduced lockdown measures as we attempt to find the cause of these disappearances. As everyone here is new to the Foundation, it will be good for you to learn about SCP-7457. Let me explain how it works. Before we get started, are there any questions?
Dr. Ham, I'm Will Barton, 3rd Special Squad, Site 86.
Hello, Will.
Before I came here, I thought I had a basic understanding of the Foundation. I've heard of these anomalies, but only in terms of human anomalies. I had no idea that SCP-7457 was a desert. How do we begin to make sense of this?
That's a good question, Will. All the unexplained phenomena we are monitoring are being labeled anomalies. Human anomalies, regional anomalies, artifact anomalies, and various other phenomena beyond our control. The work of the Foundation is to isolate these anomalies and prevent the public from, shall we say, experiencing them? Okay, next question.
Hello, Dr. Ham. I'm Mark Harris, a research intern from Site 27. In the video, we saw D503 picking up garbage in the desert. Why did it do that? And what does this have to do with anomalies?
Okay, Mark. What I can tell you now is that everything you see is part of SCP-7457. SCP anomalies can be a little difficult to understand at first. Just know that it, or they, have their own rules. Perhaps you'll understand what I mean once we finish watching the video. Okay, let's move on.
Oh, yay.
The first week was fairly normal. However, there was an interesting occurrence on the 8th day.
Black spindle. Alright. To the incinerator.
D503 had completed his task. However, he did not realize that he had already encountered his first anomaly.
Alright. With triangles. Triangles. Oh, yeah. Wait. Sweet. I'm amazing! No food this time?
That night, D503's psychological data showed abnormal fluctuations.
What?
Analysis tells us that D503 is dreaming.
That's an anomaly?
Unfortunately, though, we have no way of knowing what he dreamed of that night.
Was that a phone booth?
The eighth day marked a significant turning point, the start of SCP-7457's impact on D503. Are there any questions before we go on?
Hello, Dr. Ham? I'm Spencer Jones from the Special Operations Department of Site-21.
Hello, Spencer.
It's still unclear as to why D503 needs to pick up all of this trash. If you wanted to monitor his psychological response to SCP-7457, why not just leave him out in the desert? Why assign him these tasks when there are already psychological evaluations taking place?
Okay, our analysis has indicated that SCP-7457 produces a new cluster of trash every 8 minutes and 37 seconds.
Wow.
If waste collection is not done regularly, all that trash may soon flow into our world. It is worth noting, though, that the quantity of waste created here pales in comparison to the amount produced by humans. However, it still has the potential to become a significant problem in the future. By assigning these tasks to D503, we can monitor his reactions while also containing the trash. There is another reason, but we will get to that one later.
Is it not the case that the Foundation is exaggerating the importance of a minor issue before the issue is fully understood?
Okay, everyone. I must emphasize that behind us is the general public, who are wholly unaware of any of this. Being meticulous and maintaining a serious attitude is essential at the SCP Foundation. Any oversight or underestimation of the enemy may result in disaster.
Thank you, Dr. Ham. I understand.
Do you?
Good. Let's move on. The effects of SCP-7457 on D503 became most obvious on day 15 of the test.
All right.
Due to the conditions that day, we were only able to track his movements after recovering data from his radar. It was definitely a bad day, perhaps the worst, even for a death row inmate.
Huh?
D503 found a radar that perfectly resembled his own. However, D503 didn't seem to think much of it.
Oh, the black spindle again. Oh my god.
Persistent adverse physiological reactions proved to be a challenge for D503. He still managed to complete his work on day 15. But then he encountered an incident. A sandstorm. D503 walked in the sandstorm for a long time, but he couldn't seem to find his way back.
What the hell? Oh yeah, I'm dead.
Have you ever experienced a call from an unknown voice? Approximately 13 hours later, a visibly trembling D-503 returned to Site 8. We immediately performed a psychological evaluation. Major fluctuations can now be observed in D-503's physiological data. The results of the psychological evaluation were so troubling, we had to abort the mission. D-503 was able to break away from the Foundation's control. He has seen the test results of other Level D personnel who were analyzed at SCP-7457. That's right, none of the Level D personnel at SCP-7457 have ever been able to leave this desert. D-503 heard the call. Humans often believe that their fate is in their own hands, that all choices come from their own free will. They don't realize that we humans form only a small part of this world. Out there, in the unknown world, we are as insignificant as a grain of sand in this vast desert.
D503 became smoke.
Days later, experiment participant D722 found the radar that had belonged to D503. The radar was 31 miles away from the waste treatment facility. All the data we have came from this radar. People entering SCP-7457 will suffer varying degrees of psychological stress within an acute period. It manifests as a range of neurological and mental disorders, as well as severe and unexplained hallucinations. So far, not one participant has left the desert unscathed. The Foundation has tested 31 Level D personnel in an area spanning 2,267 square miles. Our testing continues. When you work for the Foundation, you will face various anomalies. Some can kill you, some may drive you crazy, and some will make you feel that living is worse than death. Let this be very clear. SCP-7457 is just a taste of what you will face in the future. Before joining the Foundation, you were all leaders in your respective fields and industries. Researchers, special forces, FBI agents, national security experts. Well, SCP does not care how smart you are, how accomplished you are. It doesn't matter to them how many doctorates and titles you have. You are no different from helpless ants when confronted with these anomalies. Remember this. It is the most important advice you will receive. Do not take risks. You will die. You are not as special as you think you are. If you encounter an anomaly, put your pride and curiosity aside. Run. Because that's the only thing you can do. God won't protect you here. Welcome to the Foundation, rookies.
Whee!
I'm Dr. Raymond Ham, and this ends the first class of our employee induction program.
That gives you the warm fuzzies. All right. Sure. Sure. Yep. There you go. We'll go with that. All right. mission. Rubba dub dub. God damn it. Enter data regarding the investigation report into the archive system on the right. Method of operation. Click text with red underline. After clicking, the data dragging effect will be activated. Drag it to the archive system on the right. Left click to release the data. Data will upload automatically after entering all data into the archive system. Hit the submit button.
I'm Agent Q from the Accident Investigation Department. Containment breach occurred at Pony Station and contact with the Foundation has been lost. Agent Bella Lawrence was given orders to enter Pony Station and retrieve the black box. Following is a transcript of the interview with Bella Lawrence.
All right. Yes, I am now Bella Lawrence. Yep, with the black box.
Heart rate 105. Blood pressure 175 over 110. Experiencing mild convulsions. I administered 5 milligrams of methanol to help control blood pressure. Bella? Bella? The drugs seem to be taking effect. Go ahead and ask questions. I can't be certain how long she'll stay awake for.
Where's the black box, Sparrow? Days ago, you were tasked with investigating the situation at Site 74, Pony Station. You were assigned to retrieve the black box. Now, out with it. Where is the black box?
I brought it back. I brought the black box back.
Don't lie to us. You never brought it back.
No, that's impossible. I remember. I completed my assigned task. I swear. Shit, my head.
All right, here now. This isn't an interrogation. We're not here to lay blame or point any fingers.
Aren't you, though?
Bella, I'm terribly sorry to have to bother you in such a state, but it is critical that we find that black box. We need to know what happened at Pony Station.
My memory's a mess at the moment.
That's fine. We'll take it slowly, step by step. Why don't we start from the moment you received your mission? Tell us what you remember.
Oh boy.
I'll try. That night. Currently heading to mission site 74, Pony Station. We'll arrive in about 3 minutes.
Very good, Sparrow. It's been 48 hours since the Foundation lost contact with Pony Station. SCP-701 experiments there have been ongoing. We have reason to suspect a containment breach.
What is my mission?
According to Foundation Security Regulation 709S, each site must have a black box placed in a secure area to assist in identifying the cause of an accident, should one occur. Your task is to investigate the situation and retrieve the black box.
Black box? Got it. Okay, I've arrived. I'm able to observe the mission site from here, but it doesn't seem like one of the Foundation's secure facilities.
Pony Station, officially known as Site 74, was originally a hydroelectric power station. After it was abandoned, the Foundation repurposed it as one of their sites. Initially, it was used only to contain a few safe-level anomalies, but recently it's also taken over SCP-701. I don't know all the details. We won't know the truth until you retrieve the black box.
Got it. I'll complete the task as instructed and retrieve the black box.
Device capable of measuring the humes of an area and calculate the reality bending rate in real time. Device capable of stabilizing the humes of a surrounding area, one of the best weapons for combating against reality bending and reducing the psychological damage in an area. Check this blocker to stop neurotransmitters from behaving erratically as a result of unavoidable reality bending. Okay. Had to figure that one out before then. Thank you very much. All right.
I've just entered Pony Station.
Retrieve the black box from the lab. Room 705. Take the elevator. 7th floor. Sparrow. Must.
What's that? Bald Eagle, you're cutting out.
Ooh, look at the stability rate.
Damn. This is out of the safe range. I'll place a reality anchor. Okay. Much better. Now let's find that elevator.
All right, a quarter.
All the plans, including the project schedule that follows, have been disrupted. The actors of the whole site is theirs. They managed to procure a goddamn script from God knows where, and they've taken over my laboratory accordingly. And Dr. Cooper, or whatever his name is, particular, he puts on airs every time the operation starts as if everyone should listen to him. Who does he think he is? I had to let him know who's the boss around here.
Palace Forest Monastery Banquet Hall? Oh, Gookie. Oh yeah, storm. What the hell? Alright, well, where the hell is this elevator? Oh. Damn it. Key 101. That's lovely. Deregulations. Spare key. Flower pot. Visitors lobby. Use. Place back in original location. Today I read Dr. George Thompson's research log for SCP-701. Could it be true? Has he really been performing comparison experiments on chimpanzees this whole time? What could he have planned? Does he not realize what he is up against? This whole thing is turning out to be an ungodly mess. It's now abundantly clear why the Foundation transferred him out of Pony Station, leaving me to take over this post. He was performing the experiment all wrong. The whole direction of the project was wrong. SCP-701 holds great potential. I still believe that I will have to adopt a new method of study. Efficient, fast, direct. It all begins tomorrow.
Dr. Tyler Cooper. I've heard of this guy. A bit of an eccentric and a thrill seeker.
All right. Come on. The hell was that? Where'd that? The hell? Purchasing list. 4,200 arc lamps. It's a shit ton of arc lamps. It's those dummies again.
This must be the elevator. To the 7th floor, then.
Yeah, 1 second, though.
Blood we offered, the Hanged King we served. I serve my king with my blood? Blissful suffocation, sacrifice of sin? What's this? Some kind of poem?
Hello.
My head!
Oh, there goes one injection.
Holy shit. I'm very familiar with cognitohazards. I've been trained to deal with them. But this wasn't anything like that. I couldn't breathe. It was like there was a knot tied around my throat. I was weightless, hanging, gasping. No matter how much I struggled, nothing helped.
That does sound terrifying. But perhaps it was just a nightmare, though.
No. We wake up from nightmares. Not from this. Are you kidding me? It's even more than before. I better place a reality anchor. I guess I'm taking the stairs. It's locked.
And those dummies are not there anymore either. What the?
What the?
What the hell? The chains of fate coil like a poisonous snake. It is not only me they seek to entangle, but also you. The curse before death is frightening indeed. Petruchio, get this meddler out of my sight. Let dead men remain speechless. Petruchio extends the noose and strangles Sortino's neck. Traitor, usurper, ah! Okay, creepy. My king? Help. Blood, my king. If the lies of the monarchy were to be recorded in a book, the archivist would never know a moment's rest and would have evidently become overburdened with fatigue. Empress, Lord Antonio is here. What is that you say, my strange son? Why would he come to see me in the convent? Go get me my very best dress at once and prepare a glass of poisoned wine. As you say. What sad truth, the dice rolls with lies and bears my name, and the martyr under this conspiracy shares my own flesh and blood. The hell is that? Lord of something. What the f... Ah! Got me. Right.
This cognito hazard. Could it have something to do with SCP-701? The situation here is much more serious than I expected.
Former assistant Dr. Tyler Cooper, Miss Lisa Amanda, was demoted because of her refusal to carry out the experimental orders given by Dr. Cooper on the 16th. She was ejected with Class A. Someone decided to fill this role, and at the behest of Dr. Cooper himself, site management has decided to promote you to the role of senior experimental assistant. Your interview and authorization session will be held today. Room 711, please come prepared. Cover the truth. Gonzalo orders the arrest of the 3 men who witnessed the Queen's confession and imprisons the Queen in the convent. Gonzalo then goes to have a secret meeting with Ambassador Alagada. After learning of the Queen's captivity, Antonio begins to plot his revenge. Alright, creepy dude. December 19th, local time, a mass blank incident involving several students in the auditorium of Princester High School took place. The incident escalated into a violent riot with fighting on a mass scale. The incident reportedly took place in the auditorium while blank, as all participants were in the process of blank. This triggered the audience to attack each other, resulting in 13 deaths and 27 injuries, causing the incident. Cause of the incident at this time is unknown at this time.
So many files. This must be the archive room.
To me? Gonzalo kills an eyewitness and orders the royal chef to make a stew from his body. The witness's daughter, Alinda, is then placed in a convent. Antonio and his squire enter the convent to confront the queen. She tries to kill Antonio, but he sees through her plan. She is left to suffer the consequences as Antonio and his squire evacuate the monastery. They encounter the imprisoned Alinda. What the shit? The Hanged King's Tragedy.
It's all very unusual these days. Many people have come to the site, but they haven't registered with the authorities. I've heard that Cooper and his team are rehearsing a script into a play, and that all participants are required to record their daily status. My experiment has to be put on hold because there's no one left to work on it. It's not right. I'll write an email to the minister and inform him of the malpractice going on here. Who's there?
And that damn thing's gone. The shit. First, most of the on-site personnel were apprehensive about participating in this project. After distributing some SCP-701 documents to a few volunteers, it became widely circulated, and the number of people coming to sign up suddenly increased. It's rather curious how it happened. I haven't quite figured out the reason behind it yet, but it's welcome news. I'll take it as a good omen. Now I've managed to mobilize the entire station to participate. Every single person. It's my chance to prove myself. An opportunity like this doesn't come every day.
Why would Dr. Cooper need so many volunteers? And what on earth is this SCP-701?
I know there's going to be a jump scare somewhere. Come on, you bastard. Well, how the hell am I supposed to get out of here then? What in the world? Must be something I messed up here. Oh crap, I just missed a turn, that's all. Come on. There it is. There we go, yep. That's got me all jumpy again.
Finally, luck is on my side. This ought to get me to the 7th floor.
Alright, 5th floor. The Hanged King's Tragedy. Sacrifice everything. Looking for final group performance. Room 705, 7th floor.
Rehearsal notice? What the hell is going on here? 4th floor again? The way out of here might have something to do with these clocks.
Wait. 9 o'clock. Oh crap. 5th is 7:46. 46. Six was 11. What? I should be right. What? Crap.
I've never seen such a weird guy. The situation might be even more.
Where the hell am I?
What is that smell? When was the last time I cleaned this place?
Crap, not again.
That voice again.
Voice. What voice?
I serve my king with my blood. Blissful suffocation.
Tell us what it said.
Sacrifice of sin. No.
Bella, are you feeling better now?
Suffocation. Like a rope. Looped around my neck. Pulling tight. Weightless. Hanging. Nothing around me. Just my feet. Dangling. Struggling. Fighting. It will swallow me. And make me its slave.
Bella, you are completely safe here. Nothing can hurt you. Okay, let's continue.
The situation there was much worse than expected. Much worse. I knew I had to get in touch with the Foundation. I managed to find a phone, and I called her backup.
All right.
This is Sparrow, 09868, for Bald Eagle. I'm at Pony Station on the 7th floor. The situation here is much worse than expected. I need backup.
Bella, are you sure this is actually what happened?
What do you mean? Yes, of course I'm sure.
Come on, Bella. Try and focus.
What are you talking about?
Bella, you never made that phone call.
Of course I... What?
Pony Station was completely cut off. There was no contact with the outside world whatsoever. A phone call? That would have been impossible.
No, but I saw...
What did you see, Bella? Tell us what you saw.
What? Yeah, oh my lord. Come on. Damn it! No shit, Sherlock. What the hell? How the fuck am I supposed to make it to that? What the? Alright, Slick. What the shit, dude? Okay, there's no way I can get to that door. No shit, Sherlock. I am running. See? What the... Go, girl, go!
Never said anything about that.
Oh, good God. What the hell? On April 27th, local time, 5 students were involved in a collective blank incident at Cleveland Institute of Art Drama Club in Ohio. Another faculty member died of the stab wounds. The janitor was taken into custody as the suspect of the incident. His statement mentioned that 4 students used the blank from the ceiling during rehearsal. This was then repeated by the last remaining person after they assaulted the teacher. The teacher died 2 hours later. Following a forensic investigation of the scene, it was determined that the janitor had no clear motive for committing the crime. He is currently undergoing further observation at a psychiatric hospital. Fantastic. It's this play. That's what's driving everyone nuts. Gonzalo obtains poison from Ambassador Allegada and plans to hold a banquet to poison the ministers. Later on, Gonzalo is faced to contend with his conscience. In a monologue, he describes his remorse for his crime, but he knows there is nothing he could do about it now. Antonio, Alinda, and the squire escape from the convent. Antonio promises Alinda that he will exact his revenge and marry her as the new queen. 27. Ooh, I missed one. SCP-701 scripts have been out for a week now, and the participants have had minor rehearsals as described above, but one thing continues to baffle me. They always seem to recite the wrong lines, every single person. It's strange, almost as like it's orchestrated, and when I try to correct them, they become defensive, insisting that they read the line correctly. But other than that minor hiccup, everything else went well. I'm very much looking forward to the first full rehearsal in room 705 the day after next. After the full rehearsal, all will bear witness to the potential of SCP-701, and my name will become synonymous with it. Tyler Cooper, the genius behind the experiment who managed to tap its endless potential. This is history in the making.
Rehearsals? A play? with this SCP-701 experiment?
We're evacuating. Damn it. After the show, everyone went crazy. Some hacked themselves. Some killed each other like beasts. And that damn evil white monster. This was all destined to happen when it brought in that script. Everything that happened here is all Cooper's fault. It's their fault! This will be the last recording from the experiment. The hydropower plant was shut down forever. And no doubt my experiment will also... What's going on? What's going on? Ah!
Looks like something bad happened here.
You think? This experiment was a multi-object project, including SCP. The experiment primarily focused on researching the process of reality distortion led by Dr. George Thompson. The project lasted for a duration of 5 days. During the first 3 days, 2 Rorschach tests were conducted on SCP, someone in SPC, someone. Level 3 hypnosis experiment was also conducted on level 3 D personnel influenced by SCP blank. Oh, excuse me. Within a short period of time, the experimental subjects revealed a varying degree of immersion state, and on the 4th day claimed being in a primary forest. The trees are mainly Sequoia and Pinus caribaea. On the same day, the Hume level of the surrounding environment decreased to 37. On the 5th day, the described scene began to invade reality, causing the original experiment site and 6 experimental subjects to go missing. The project was forced to be suspended. There are no further investigation reports concerning this area. Dr. Thompson believes the experiment was primarily influenced by the reality distortion effects of SCP blank and thus can be considered its creation. SCP blank 1 Unicode officially. Detailed experiment record can be found in the internal document site 105.0302.2 encrypted. Great, we need power. Alright, what am I missing now? There we go. Of course, now I'm locked in here. As of course, Wolf is speaking tomorrow. In order to prevent the dissemination of classified information, all video surveillance equipment has been removed and all external signals transmissions have accordingly been blocked. The site will be kept under closed loop management procedures until the conclusion of the research experiment. At present, the experiment is still in need of more participants. All willing participants can find Miss Irene Mabel in the archives room on the 4th floor. Find the necessary paperwork in the system. Of course, those fuckers are gone. Still 27 though. Well, no, I'm going back that way then. What the friggin' hell? Here it goes again. Oh, there's 705. Gas, maybe? At the banquet, Antonio bursts in and confirms Gonzalo's murderous crime as well as his own lineage. Gonzalo is deposed by an angry group of ministers. Instead of killing Gonzalo, Antonio exiles him to the convent. Antonio then orders his squire to plan his wedding with Olinda, and the play ends with a dance by the group of courtiers. Damn it, I missed one document.
Why does it look like they're all going to the same place?
Because they are. The rehearsal hall.
The black box. What the hell? SCP-049. God damn it, don't do that shit to me.
And now we've come full circle.
Bella, we really need you to tell us the truth here.
Yeah, it is the truth.
What do you mean? I'm telling you the truth. I completed my task. I retrieved the black box from Pony Station.
Looks like the cognito hazards really did a number on her.
What are you talking about? I'm fine.
Bella, there was no black box in sight when we found you.
That's impossible. I'm positive. I know I had it in the escape elevator.
And there is no escape elevator in Pony Station. None of what you're saying adds up.
But that's impossible. It's just impossible.
Look at me, Bella. Try and focus. What really happened?
What really happened?
Bella, think carefully.
I...
What the shit?
Fuck! Not again.
How the hell am I supposed to get around now? Yeah. Fight me.
Breach? Pony Station will have to be locked down. That much is for certain. It's those mannequins again. Where are they heading? But where have all those volunteers gone?
The king of Trensulo passes away. The king's brother, Gonzalo, succeeds him as the new king. At the coronation, the drunken queen confesses that she colluded with Gonzalo to kill the old king and hang his body from a tree. The queen goes on to confess the great nobleman Antonio is in fact the son of the old king, and as such has legitimate claim to the throne. Antonio scoffs at this, but upon returning to the inn, he meets the ghost of the old king, who confirms everything the queen has said. Blood we offered, the hanged king we served, I serve my king with my blood, blissful suffocation, sacrifice of sin. Where the hell am I? Oh shit.
Holy fuck. Guess this is the ending of their performance. SCP-701. The Hanged King's Tragedy. I serve my king. Who's there? With my blood. What the fuck?
Sacrifice his head and seek redemption with his blood.
Kill him! Kill him! A despicable usurper does not deserve the glorious crown!
What the hell is going on? It's the goddamn cognito hazard again. I need to leave right now.
What the hell?
With my blood, I serve my king. 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 With my blood, I serve my king.
Damn.
Her condition is unstable. I've just injected her with a sedative, but you need to let her rest for a while.
Thanks, Doctor. Well, let's go then.
What? We haven't found the black box yet.
You still don't get it, do you?
She is the black
Get
box.
what? What do you mean?
A black box is merely a vehicle for recording the truth. But a black box isn't always a black box.
You mean...
That's right. She is now the black box. Got time for a cold one? Because our work here is done.
Damn. Should have seen that coming. Why are you focusing on her hand?
I serve my king with my blood. Blissful suffocation. Sacrifice of sin.
The black box has been properly contained at Site-105 and pending further investigation. Above is the full record of the inquiry.
Damn. Hmm. Two red dots firing in my every movement. What a strange tree. Espresso to sober me up. Earthen womb? Skin flap harvest from the left thigh of the cadaver of D612. Donor was healthy in all respects prior to death. Daily biopsies indicate viability of sample cells. Skin flap from left thigh. D12. Second, third degree burns. Takes without complications. Heals according to usual steps. Gosh, this was implanted to D114. Isolation. It's incapable of restoring D6114. Removal of SCP-660. It was conducted with need to grow and move. Right arm lost to traumatic amputation. Grayson. Bladewood Grove. These trees are still Japan, owned by the government, and still same family. However, the government has denied all existence of these trees, and any product made from them are kept within the country. Water twice daily on a regular basis via a large sprinkler system unless already watered by local precipitation. Personnel are not allowed to enter the enclosure without level 4 administrative clearance. Advised not to touch any of SCP-143, nor stand beneath them unless wearing proper protective gear. Shed. However, after the shedding has concluded, the collection of the fallen petals for testing purposes has been authorized by Project Director. We lost 3 staff to 143 today. They were collecting petals dropped by the trees the previous day when a sudden gust picked up, shaking a good deal of petals from the tree and blowing them around. Stayed that windy for the whole day, but it's still windy and odd petals falling down. We pick up the remains when the wind dies down. Jesus. High temperatures. The wooden bark are light gray in color with the texture expected of wood, although the grain is very smooth in touch. However, the petals and wood of these trees are much harder than most natural or man-made substances. Good lord. Both are notoriously difficult to work with due to the properties, but under high temperatures, separate pieces are capable of being fused together. They make excellent armor, shielding, and weapons due to the slow growth of plants. The material is slow to harvest, though the petals are shed regularly enough, falling the trees twice every year. So we got here. Item number SCP-261, a large black vending machine with no frontal glass. Coke Zero, Cheetos, Black Box, Yan Yan, Pepsi Dragon Twist, Dark Side Cola. The Little Bakery 7 grain. Lemon clams. Diet Ghost. Small mesh bag filled with small multicolored pyramids. Packaging is unknown language. Pyramids found to be very hard and unpleasant tasting compared to chalk in taste and consistency. Placed in hot water, pyramids open, produce strings that quickly dissolve, coloring the water the same shade as the pyramid. Water has no additional taste, but testing revealed a sharp increase in mineral, carbohydrate, and protein content, with several mineral unidentified at the present time. Another unidentified. Box of seamless appears to be filled with small round animals covered in fur. Each of the 3 small paws and single large eye. Press the button causes the inside of the box to rapidly become superheated, cooking the small animals alive. Muffled noises and scratching were heard for several seconds during the cooking process. After 1 minute 30 seconds, the front panel opens, gives access to now cooked animals, with no other researchers willing to do so. Taste described as crunchy and very spicy with a small hint of beef. Good lord. Maybe used only 10 times in a 24-hour period, with no transaction exceeding the equivalent of 500 Japanese yen. Vending machines. All right. Got it.
There are many stories in this world.
Oh boy.
Some are read widely all over the world. Some are hidden in dust and known only by a handful of people. Today I'm going to tell you a story no one else has heard before. A real story of mystery and wonder and adventure. And then you too will become the guardian of this story. The story takes place in a world of long ago. The hero of our story is a little boy. His name is Daniel. One day, out of nowhere, Daniel got a serious case of chickenpox. It made him look like a strawberry. To make sure he didn't spread it to others, Mrs. Page, the principal, had him isolate in an attic. And so, in the attic he lived, all on his own.
Mr. Daniel, while up here in this attic, you'll have plenty of time to practice your penny whistle. I hope you practice well and prepare for next month's art festival.
But Mrs. Page, the melody is so difficult.
Don't give up, boy. You don't give up before you fight.
Daniel was reluctant at first, but he trusted Mrs. Page, and he knew he should listen. And so he practiced the penny whistle.
Oh my god.
Suddenly, he heard some strange noises in the corner of the attic.
Huh? Who's there?
Daniel decided to go over and take a look. It was a mousetrap, and there was a red origami paper dragon inside of it. Daniel carefully removed it. It was marvelous and beautiful. The only problem was part of its wing was damaged, but Daniel found a way to repair it. Daniel held the repaired paper dragon high up in the air, imagining that it soared over all the world below. He played and played with the paper dragon.
Wee! Woo! Dragon! Soar!
In the warm afternoon sun, Daniel had to fight his eyelids just to keep them open.
Could it be? Or is this all just a dream?
The next day, with boredom and loneliness weighing him down, he began to fiddle with the old radio.
Our town is located in the plains, where earthquakes are not particularly common. Although there are 17 fault zones around us, they are all inactive.
A scrunched up ball of paper rolled over to his feet.
Where did this paper ball come from?
Just as Daniel went to pick it up, the ball suddenly came to life, and it rolled away. Daniel chased after it. Just as he was about to seize the rolling paper ball, suddenly, terrible sparks erupted from it. Before his very eyes, the paper ball began to grow, bigger and bigger. At that moment, a red figure suddenly appeared. The red figure quickly subdued the paper ball and threw it into a cardboard box. Daniel studied the red figure carefully. It had a sticker on its fluttering wing. It was the paper dragon.
I wasn't dreaming. Thank you for saving me.
Daniel was grateful and very happy. He walked closer to the paper dragon, but the paper dragon seemed timid and afraid and backed away. Just then, Daniel had an idea. He took out his penny whistle and slowly played a tune. The paper dragon enjoyed the sound very much. It began to move along with the rhythm, flipping up and down in the air. Soon the two were playing and dancing, just like old friends. The paper dragon traced out a beautiful arc in the air, communicating with Daniel in a unique way.
My cherished friend, after many long years, we finally meet again. Tell me, how has your family been? A great thank you for playing that music for me. You know how I love the beautiful rhythm of that instrument. But we ought to take precautions, as the room is not stable. Do you still remember how the room works? You're welcome to visit anytime.
The piece of paper then changed back into the shape of a paper dragon and flew into the cardboard box. The box closed shut, and a calm silence was restored to the attic. Daniel rushed to find a watercolor pen and marked the box with excitement in his fingertips. Over the next few days, the paper dragon came out often to play with Daniel. During this time, Daniel introduced many of his friends to the paper dragon.
That cat's name is Mrs. Carter. Ever since I secretly fed her some fish for dinner, we've been good friends. That's Duke, Mrs. Jessica's pet. He doesn't like Rainy Day or Mrs. Carter. Only smoked sausages for his taste. And now, we are friends too. My name is Daniel. What's your name?
The paper dragon flapped its wings, as if it didn't understand him.
Well, since you like the sound of the penny whistle so much, why don't I just call you Penny? I'll keep practicing to make it sound better.
Daniel and Penny then played baseball together in the attic.
Let's play cat.
But just as they were in the middle of enjoying themselves, a violent shaking suddenly rose from the ground.
The stubborn earthquake is back at it, folks, and it seems even stronger than last time.
At this moment, the box suddenly shot open, and thick clouds of smoke billowed out, followed by several paper balls. Penny attacked the paper balls without a moment's hesitation and promptly threw them back into the box. Penny then flew around in front of Daniel and rushed right back into the box. As the box closed, the earthquake stopped. Facing a friend's farewell without a formal goodbye, Daniel felt confused and lost. He moved the box to the center of the attic. Facing it, he practiced his penny whistle day in and day out. As the days went by, Daniel's playing became smoother. One day, the box suddenly began to move.
Huh?
1, 2, 3, 4. This time there were 4 paper dragons. But they weren't alone. Enemies began to jump out of the box too.
Earthquake! Another earthquake! This time it's reached a magnitude of 5.8!
In that small attic, the 4 paper dragons fought fiercely against the paper balls. This time, the paper balls used new tactics. They clumped together into a single monstrous ball of paper. It began to shoot strong bursts of electric sparks at the paper dragons as they flew through the air. As they were hit, the paper dragons fell from the air, one after the other. Seeing the injured paper dragons, Daniel felt very distressed and anxious. Just then, one of the paper dragons painfully started to fly and gathered the remainder of its power. The paper dragon transformed into a great beam of light and dove straight down to pierce through the monstrous paper ball. And then came another paper dragon. The monstrous paper ball was blasted to bits, exploding into smaller paper balls. Trembling, they struggled to escape back into the box. The sacrificed paper dragons were reduced to swirling shreds of paper, and a silence pervaded. Peace and tranquility were restored once again to the attic. Daniel saw the remaining 2 paper dragons lying on the floor, badly wounded. He rushed to grab some stickers and treated them at once. Suddenly, countless paper dragons began to gush from the box. The 2 wounded paper dragons were repaired and began to fly. Like 2 colored threads, they merged with the other dragons, flying in unison. The dragons moved like a tide, flying freely through the attic. Daniel eagerly took out his penny whistle. He showed all his paper dragon friends the results of his hard work and practice.
Crap. assuming that was sufficient.
In the sweet melody of his playing, Daniel felt himself enter into the world of dragons. The paper dragons merged into a long letter and floated down towards Daniel to tell their story.
After the last war, the fantasy world enjoyed a long spell of peace and stability. But now, the giants have returned. They have launched ferocious attacks, trying to invade your world through the room. We are prepared to launch the final defense. Then we will have to destroy your room, for it is the last remaining entryway into your world. Please believe this farewell will only be temporary. We will not be apart forever, and we will never forget our eternal mission of protecting you.
At that moment, the paper dragons flew back into the box. Daniel still couldn't fully understand what the paper dragons had meant, but he had a vague feeling in his heart that he may never see his new friends again. A few days later, Daniel's chickenpox had fully recovered. He could now play the penny whistle very, very well. But the paper dragons never returned. Maybe it was time to leave and move on.
Earthquake warning! Magnitude 6.2! A massive earthquake is hitting our town! All townspeople, please leave your houses immediately and move to safe open spaces!
Just then, countless paper dragons shot from the cardboard box. However, it seemed like they were under attack, spinning and falling through the air in confusion.
What's happening?
Daniel quickly grabbed the stickers out from his bag and did his best to heal the injured paper dragons. Swarmed together and pushed Daniel away, subduing him firmly in the corner. He couldn't move. Suddenly, ominous clouds rose from the box, and a violent lightning flashed through the room. The figure of a giant slowly emerged from the thick clouds, and the entire attic became overwhelmed with its evil aura. The giant unleashed its power maniacally. The paper dragons struggled against it, with no means of fighting back. At this critical moment, two paper dragons shined brilliantly. Together, they heroically crashed their bodies into the giant. Daniel thought the giant had been defeated by the paper dragons, but soon he found that things would probably not be so simple. The giant's figure could still be seen in the thick smoke, looking evil and terrible. The attacks of the paper dragons had had no effect, and the giant had only grown stronger. It fought back with a new ferocity. The paper dragons were simply no match for it.
The earthquake is going stronger still! The greatest disaster this town has seen in over 100 years! My heavens! Will this nightmare ever end?
With the paper dragons now all but defeated, Daniel spotted a frail figure in the distance. It was Penny. It flew gently in front of Daniel and affectionately rubbed its head against his fingers, as if this whole crisis had never happened. Daniel felt like Penny was trying to tell him something, but he didn't quite understand what. Penny then left Daniel and soared into the air with a determination in its wings. Suddenly, the other paper dragons seemed to be summoned. They flew through the air, all together in unison, responding to the call without an ounce of hesitation. At that moment, Penny turned into a great red beam and rushed fast towards the giant. The other dragons followed, shining together like a shooting star. At that moment, Daniel seemed to see a real dragon flying.
No!
The huge explosion from the impact drowned out everything else in the attic. The attic rained down with countless pieces of paper, the leftover scraps of the paper dragons. Daniel wanted to collect all of the pieces. He thought he could still fix them.
Goodbye, my friend.
The nightmare is over. The earthquake has stopped. With God's mercy, our town is safe. We thank you, Lord, for your protection.
A few days later, the art festival was held as scheduled. Daniel attended the show with his penny whistle.
And now, Daniel Trevor will perform a penny whistle
whistle solo of a song titled Fly With Me.
Oh no. I guess I have to play it. Yep.
That's how the story ends. Now, you might be wondering, what happened next? Are there still paper dragons in the world? Well, that's a difficult question to answer. But I believe that they are still protecting us somewhere in this world, just like they promised they would, forever, into eternity.
Alright, and that's where I'm